Hello, pretty people. Welcome to Simply Delish Duo. Guys, today we are going to show you how to make our deconstructed cabbage rolls. So if you love cabbage rolls and you don't have the time to make them, here is a perfect solution. We call them deconstructed cabbage rolls, but you can call them unstuffed cabbage, even lazy man's cabbage rolls. What I like about this recipe, it is so easy to make and it tastes just like cabbage rolls because it has the exact same ingredients. So check out this video. And if you're new to our channel, check out our other videos and don't forget to subscribe. It's a little chilly outside, so we thought this would be the perfect meal for tonight.
It's been so beautiful where we come from.
It has.
We lucked out. I thought, oh my gosh, we might not get a cold winter, but you know what? A day and a half ago, all of a sudden, this cold blast started to come. I'm like, oh no, we have 3 months, maybe even 4 of this. So,
but you know what? They say it'll be nicer later in the week. So let's keep our fingers crossed.
Our temperatures change like in a matter of 5 minutes here.
So yeah, we'll get through the ingredients here. We're using 2 pounds of lean ground beef. You can use pork, turkey, chicken. We're using the beef because everybody here prefers the beef. 1 small cabbage that I've chopped up. Do you want to lift them up? And I just roughly chopped up the cabbage.
Yeah, you don't have to finely chop it because it cooks and it cooks down.
It does, yeah. Mm-hmm. 1 large onion.
Trying the lighting here, so
yeah, maybe we won't hold it up. 1 onion, 1 cup of white rice and uncooked white rice.
And you could use any kind of rice. I've noticed that
even brown.
Yeah. And I've noticed that Chica has the shorter grains, but we use any kind of rice.
Any kind of rice. Mm-hmm. Minced garlic. We're using 2 cloves. A can of crushed tomatoes. And for the seasoning, all you need is salt, pepper, and paprika. So we taste as we go also. So to start off with, we're using about a teaspoon and a half of salt, a teaspoon of pepper, and about half a teaspoon of paprika. So now, first step is we need to brown our ground beef and our onions. So let's head to the stove top and let's start cooking. So we usually like to use a big pot to make this, but for this video we're using a smaller, not as deep so you guys can see here. And in this pan we've heated up about a teaspoon of olive oil, extra virgin olive oil. We'll throw in our onions.
I love this hearty meal.
Me too.
It just hits the spot.
Oh, and I thought our oil was hot enough, but it's not. That's okay. It will heat up.
It'll heat up slowly here.
And our ground beef. I can hear it starting to sizzle now. Let's get every little bit out of there. And now,
as you notice, we put very little oil in the pot just because that ground beef renders a lot of fat, right?
Yeah.
So
and that's why we're using the lean ground beef, so it doesn't render too much fat. But if you're using a regular ground, you will probably need to
strain some of, remove some of that fat.
Some of that fat. So now to this, we are going to season. So, like we said, salt, pepper, and paprika.
I find that paprika just gives it just brings it up that notch.
It does.
Gives it such a great flavor.
It does. So now we're going to brown this for about 5 minutes or so, until the onions are translucent and the ground beef has, browned. So we'll be back and show you what we want this to look like. All right, so our ground beef is nice and brown. It's not fully cooked, that's fine because there's a lot more cooking to do here. We've got a little ways to go still. So now we'll add in our garlic, our minced garlic.
You can pass this to me now. I'll get rid of them.
Here you go. And our can of crushed tomatoes. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour some water in here because we'll need extra water in our dish here so that rice can cook. Yeah. And now, let's give it a nice mix. Oh, it's starting to smell so nice already.
I know, I'm getting quite hungry actually.
Me too. And it's early afternoon. We still have a little ways to go. All right. So I gave that a good mix. Now we'll add in half of our or 3/4 of our cabbage. And we're gonna put our stove on a simmer, a low simmer, and have our cabbage cook down. You know what we have? I didn't realize we have enough room in here to put in all our cabbage.
It's actually a little bit bigger than what it looks like. Kind of,
I know.
sort of, right?
This
I
pan
know,
is
it's my favorite. I love
deceiving.
it. I use it for a
use
lot
it a lot.
of things. Yeah.
So now let's give it a mix. We'll mix it up and then we'll put a lid on it. Keep it on a low simmer for about 10 minutes. And then after that, we will add in our rice and our water.
I filled your can of water there.
Oh, perfect. Okay, so let me put the lid on and we'll be back in 10 minutes. So it's been 10 minutes on a simmer.
Oh, my glasses just fogged up. I can't see, but I could sure smell. It smells good.
Yeah, so it's been 10 minutes on a simmer. And oh boy, guys, look at this. So you'll notice that the cabbage has shrunken a bit here.
A little bit wilted down and cooked down.
Cooked down, which of course would happen. So now our last step and final step, which will take about 15 minutes or so, is our rice. So pour in your uncooked rice, and you will need water. So we're pouring about a cup and a half of water, and I'll just keep an eye on it. And if I find that I need more water, I just add in more. So give it a nice stir.
And like Chica said, you want to have that rice cook. You don't want to have it crunchy or al dente. You want
No,
it nice.
no, absolutely not. So now, I think it will need more water, actually, just by eyeing it. So a little more water. And
like Chica said, just keep an eye on it. And if you find that it does need more water, always add in the water.
There we go. And look how easy this is, you guys. Like
It saved you time for making cabbage rolls. It's great.
Low maintenance, low maintenance. Pretty much put the lid on and go. So yeah, let's put the lid back on, keep it on a simmer, and check on it in about 5-10 minutes. It's been 15 minutes since we put the rice in, and I did have to add a little more water to it because it was coming out too dry. But you guys, doesn't that look delicious? It is cooked to perfection.
You know what? Let's dig in because my husband's at work right now, and I am not going to wait for him. Oh, that's yours.
But it's
that's
hot.
mine.
Let me taste it.
I'm
for
tasting
salt.
it though. Yeah.
Let me taste it for salt and pepper.
Oh my gosh!
One more for
rice.
salt.
My cabbage rolls. Oh,
Let's
or not my
taste it.
cabbage. My cabbage rolls.
Oh, it's hot.
Yep.
Blow,
But you
blow,
know.
blow.
Oh my gosh, so good though.
Mmm.
This guys is super good. I am definitely not waiting for my husband at all.
So, sorry, as I chew, let me swallow here. I hope you like our simple and delicious, easy, deconstructed.
I know it's such a tongue twister
I've
word.
got food in my mouth. Deconstructed or lazy cabbage rolls. Thank you for watching. Simply Delish Duo.